Hi there, my name's Corrie. Today I'm going to show you how I made these 3D letters. These are light up letters that I created. I'll just show you them a little bit closer. And then I'll show you the materials and how I put them together. Now, I used a red light inside of these. They're like a wire light. And I got them from Party Centre. Oops. They are actually balloon lights. They're meant to go on like the string of a balloon. And they look great. I think they look great anyway. But the only problem is that they have a big battery pack. Now, I was in a bit of a squeeze to get them. I didn't have time to search on Amazon or wait for something from Ali. So I just decided to go with what was available locally. And they look fine. And these were made for my fireplace in my house. So I wasn't really too fussed about the battery pack. But maybe if you were thinking of making them to sell to somebody or give to somebody as a gift, like for a birthday or something, you might want to look into thinner battery packs. Maybe the, what do you call them? The button battery ones, you know, the batteries that look like a little coin. Sometimes you can get these wire lights with like just 2 button batteries in the back, so it would be much flatter and easier to hide in the back rather than because these are really big and bulky. And there's also these. I found these in a local stationery shop. These are a cork light, and that wire there is the lights in there. So again, that might be easier to hide, but I just went with what was available, and I really wanted red as well, so I've kind of found it hard to find anything that wasn't going to take weeks to ship. But they look fab. Well, I think they do anyway. So I'm just going to show you what I used to create them. For the flowers at the front, I used these 3 colours of cardstock. There's like a peachy pink and a lilac-y colour. I'm not sure if you can see the colours well here today. And a light pink. There we go. Colour keeps changing a little bit. It's very dark outside today. And then for the leaves at the front, I used this gold. It's like a mirror effect. At the front, we've got acetate. I use this one. And then we've got some gold glitter. Love the glitter. Inside is this colour. It's like holographic hot pink, maybe. And then this just regular hot pink cardstock to make the actual body of the letters. Now, when I put these letters together, I did them slightly differently than you would normally do a 3D letter. Normally when you put a letter together, I've got an R here that is from my party, from New Year's. I made the word party. And you normally fold the tabs so that they're inside, so that you can't see anything at the back. It just looks like a block. But for these ones, I actually put the tabs on the outside of the letter because obviously the front was going to be clear and I didn't want to be able to see them inside. So that's just a slight difference in how I put them together. Oh, and I also used some glitter, just dabbed some glue on the flowers and then dabbed them into some glitter. But I'll go through the images used for the leaves and the flowers. The letters themselves are available in Cricut Design Space. So I'll start showing you how I put these all together. Okay, so here we are in Cricut Design Space. I've gone into Images, typed in Letters, select Project Type on the left-hand side, click 3D, and then you will find all of the 3D letters and numbers that are available. Okay, so I've gone into the letter E here, You usually get the E one way around or the other. You can flip it at the top there, flip horizontal if you want to, depending on what type of material you're going to cut. This area here is the outline that I'm going to have. This one is the back piece. It's the exact same size as the outside piece at the back. So make a duplicate here. Click it, select offset. I'm going to use this squared off area here. And if I go this direction, it makes the offset go inside. So I'll click apply. And then it looks like this. So what I'll do is I will, you can see the two layers on the right hand side there. I will highlight it and then I will click slice. And up on this right hand side, you'll be able to see once it has actually sliced. There we go. You can see that there's now 3 layers. We want that one there. That's going to be our outline for the front of the E. So just click on it and pull it away. And then the other 2 can basically just be deleted. Now I forgot to show in this video, you actually need another E, which is the same size as the back. The back is the white area there and the blue, which would obviously be my pink. For the background, you need another E just for the acetate. Now what I'm doing here is I'm checking if the offset that I created is big enough to hide the tabs. That one isn't. As you can see, the one I created here is a bit bigger. So you might need to do the offset a couple of times, or you could just trim with a pair of scissors afterwards. You could trim this edge here, just to make sure it's hidden by the gold outline as you're putting it together. Okay, here I'm just showing you which flowers and leaves I used for the outside to decorate. These are the sizes that I used. I used 2 different sizes for the flowers, and the same with the leaves as well. Can you see the sizes just on there if you wanted to make them exactly the same? And this is the leaf. Now to get them to go both ways, because the image only shows up in Design Space one way, you just go to the flip at the top and flip horizontal, so you can have them going in both directions. And these are the ones that I cut in gold, and you can just see the sizes there. To find them in Design Space, the names are there, and also I just showed you the numbers for reference. Okay, everything's cut out and scored. I have the scoring stylus, hoping to get a scoring wheel very soon, and hoping it will make the lines a little bit crisper. So just to go over them here with a metal ruler to bend them, just so they're nice and crisp. So I'm going to start trying to put this center of the O together. I'm just going to show you the O today. As you can see, the tabs, I'm just sort of measuring everything up here. And I am trimming that by hand just to make sure it is hidden by the gold. I'm using hot glue today. There's the tabs going around the back. Normally those would be inside if you were making a solid letter, but as we're going to show the inside, they need to be at the back. Just going to slow things down a little bit here so I can go into more detail. I hope it doesn't bore you too much. The hot glue is working really well for me with this one. I was going to use the hot glue inside to hold the lights, and I thought, well, why not just try it? Because normally people use Beacon 3-in-1 glue, but I don't have any of that at the moment. I did once try double-sided
craft tape, and it looked great initially, but then just over time they kind of came apart. But the hot glue was holding up really well, and I think as long as you are careful with it and don't like overload too much on it, it should look great and hold up well. So here I am just trimming these front edges. You can trim them in Design Space, try and trim them down or make the offset bigger. But this was working for me anyway. I thought I'd managed to get enough off when I trimmed them in Design Space, but once I measured them and they were cut, it didn't look quite right. Okay, so as you can see, this is the way the back will look. If, for example, you weren't going to put the lights on, like stuck on the back, and you wanted to make this into maybe a shaker, you could fill it with something like beads, sequins or pom-poms or something. And if you wanted it to look nicer at the back, you could always cut the letter again and then stick that on top of the tabs at the back. Okay, so here I'm using double-sided tape just to go around the offset that we did in the gold glitter. And then what I'm going to do, you probably can't really see what I'm doing, but this is the acetate. I'm lining it with double-sided tape, and then I'm going to turn it over and attach the gold to the other side, and that actually makes it easier to line it all up. Just a little tip. So then I will turn that over, take the double-sided tape off the back, and then attach it to the main body. But first, we're going to add these lights. Now, they are balloon lights, and I got them from Party Centre. Just turned them on to make sure that they're working. And then I've poked a hole basically with my weeding tool. And then just sort of wrapped them round and used the hot glue gun to hold them in place. Just dotted it here and there. You obviously have to hold it until it's cool so it doesn't pop off, and then just put the acetate top on. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I made the flowers, again using hot glue, and they are the rolled flowers. Now I forgot to video, but you can see the glitter in the little tubs at the top left there. Basically what I did was I used some Zig two-way glue. It's like a thin pen glue, and just I went around the top edges of the petals, and then I turned it over and just sort of dabbed it into the glitter to create that lovely kind of a frosted effect on them. There they are. Now here's my L, and I'm going to show you how I attached the flowers and the leaves. Just using hot glue again here, just put them wherever you think looks good. I thought it was quite a good idea to maybe put them in the corner where you maybe poked the hole through for the lights, if you could see it, because sometimes you can see it. I'm just doing every one here. There's my V. It's nice to put your letters all together so you don't end up with sort of like a clump of the flowers all in the bottom left-hand corner, and then everything else looks kind of silly. It's nice to do like the top of the O, the bottom of the V, and I kind of did just along the edge of the E. Just a tip for when you're using hot glue, to try and stop it being as stringy, so you don't get those, like I call them, spider's webs everywhere. Just do the circular motion and it stops all that stringiness. There we go, that's it all complete. Here's a little video that I did for Instagram. just to show them off. Out in the sunshine, just sparkle, really beautiful. And then just going to show off what they look like in the dark. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Please subscribe. Thanks now. Bye.